white.
Well, it's all natural, actually. It's Max Factor is a pan stick, and it's 28, which is just natural. It's not a white makeup, it's normal. And then I just powder that with skin tone powder, and then just eyeliner.
On the 24th of May 1979, the future finally arrived. He was a punk, he loved sci-fi, he even read J.G. Ballard, but most impressively, Gary Numan was on top of the pops.
I wish magic was real, I wish fairies were real and all that kind of stuff. I love all that sort of thing. Probably never grew up, I suppose, from that point of view.
The first time he was on Top of the Pops, I think either she phoned me or I phoned her. Are you watching this? Have you seen this man? He's fantastic, The look and the sound was so different. Sort of alien, wasn't it?
I was in a lot of trouble at school. I was sent to child psychiatrists and things like that, which turned out to be apparently Asperger's. I felt more comfortable on my own. The classic loner, I suppose. Didn't go out drinking, didn't go out clubbing too much.
So now I'm alone. Now I can think for myself.
I went to a studio to make a punk album, which would have been my first album. And when I got there, in the corner of the studio there was a mini moog. Luckily, it had been left on this sound, which is a huge, big, bassy thing, and the room shook. I just realised you can just press one key, and all this other stuff happens. There was a massive amount of power in them and depth that I just never heard. Never heard anything like it before. One note.
People like ourselves and Cabaret Voltaire and the Human League had all just got used to the fact that we existed and there was somebody else sharing our space. And then along comes, who I guess at the time we thought was Johnny Come Lately. Who the hell is this guy from London? Who's on telly and having a massive hit record? Never heard of him.
Numan was Britain's first synth pin-up.
Hello, Sarah.
Hello, Gary.
Hello, Sarah.
My friend Cheryl read in the newspaper that your mum does your hair. Is this true?
Yeah, that's right. She's been doing it since I was about 4.
All right, thank you.
Did she put the streak in the side as well?
Yeah.
I really like Gary's music. I think he made the best records at that time. I think he, if anyone, really condensed it into a form that was perfect at that point.
Numan would immediately show that his #1 success was no fluke. Cars was part eulogy to J.G. Ballard and part testimony to living in 70s London.
I was in my car, and a couple of men in a van swerved around me and pulled up in front, got out, and were clearly going to give me a bit of a hammering, trying to get me out and kicking the car and screaming and shouting. I was pretty scared, so I locked all my doors, and I ended up driving up onto the pavement and shot along the pavement because I couldn't go anywhere. People obviously leaping out the way because I was in a bit of a panic. Cars is just about feeling safe in amongst people in a car because no one can get to you in your own little bubble. I was gutted when Cars came out. I thought it was really good. All this time we were convinced just a matter of time before we have a #1 record because, part arrogance and part stupidity. And then somebody comes out of the blue and does it.
With sales totalling in excess of 10 million, Gary Numan was a new kind of pop star. but being at the front of the synthwave had inevitable drawbacks.
The Musicians' Union tried to ban me for, I think, the first year I was around because they said I was putting proper musicians out of work. Although I had to be a member to get on Top of the Pops, so you know, it caused me loads of grief actually. The music press were pretty harsh.
It wasn't rock and roll. It wasn't honest, it wasn't working class, it wasn't worthy, it wasn't earthy, it wasn't real, it wasn't sweaty, it wasn't manly, it was pretentious and pseudo-intellectual. And I am absolutely convinced that Numan's career was shortened by nasty, nasty vitriolic journalism.
But again, if what they've been before me, they've been punk, the whole anti-hero thing. So not only was I doing electronic music, which I wasn't particularly pleased with anyway, but I'm standing up saying I want to be a pop star, love it. All this anti-hero stuff, I'm for that, I want nothing to do with that. You know, I want to be famous, and I want to be standing on stages, and I don't speak for the people because I don't even know them.
The decade would end with Numan as the unlikely synth-pop hero come go. What lay around the corner would see the synth transformed from post-punk experimental tool into the pop instrument of choice.